Halo 3 2v2 in 2018. Let me hear you.
Yeah, we had a good crowd last night, but I think the lesser crowd this morning are the true and the best dedicated fans that we have here in this scene. And as we open this one up here on Narrows with Roy, can he repeat what we saw from him last night?
Yeah, and Roy coming out, you can see obviously throwing grenades over towards L3, wants to cut that off, makes his way down towards the rockets, picks him up for free. Flamesword's going to kill Fantasy. Nice start here going out for Roy. They're going to be able to secure rockets and sniper.
That's exactly what you want to see here. So he's got rockets and he's got their sniper, which is that is not what you want to have happen.
That's such bad communication going on from Flame and Roy right there. Flame's over on the flag side. He can see the flag side. He can call, hey, no one's over there. Spawns are on the other side of the map. And then Roy's going to lose rocket snipe. That's actually a very big play right there.
Right, you point out big play. And, we talk about kill swings. We haven't talked about too much here today, obviously just opening this one up. But that is rockets. That is their sniper. That is at least 2 kills as you see Flamesword go down. And who knows where they're going to be able to take that and what they're going to build.
That changes the whole momentum of the series right now. You can see Roy has to slow play, Flame has to slow play now. They have the rockets, they have the snipe. I guarantee that Fantasy and Gabriel swapped out so one of them doesn't have both, but great no-scope right there. Gabriel going to be taken down. Now Flame looking for the other guy over towards his flag. Roy's going to call him out. They're going to back off. Spawn's being checked over there from Flame, but where is the rocket guy?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be that guy. There's only, no 4v4. It's just the other one on the map. So this guy backs down here. So he's waiting for his teammate, which is a good play from Fantasy. Fantasy was my player to watch yesterday, and he was going absolutely off, leading this team here to their victory, to the championship match.
Yeah, and one thing that we pointed out, if Contra and Shooter had a baby, Fantasy is what it would look like. No doubt.
I completely agree with you, Tom, 100% here. And he's probably have the talent that those two guys can bring to the table here as well.
And this is a great time to make a name for yourself for the rest of the year. You're basically coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to win the last tournament of 2018. That gives you huge bragging rights going in to the holidays, and great shots right there coming in. Roy and Flame going to clear out their base. Dubskis for Roy Board.
That should not happen. If you're Fantasy and Gabriel, they got to feel awful about that one. They had the rockets. They had them trapped in their base. No one had man cannoned over. They knew, for the most part, what section of the map everyone was located on. Now, we also have new snipers getting ready to come up here, so as long as OpTic Gaming can maintain control, they might be able to grab both of these weapons.
Nice bait and switch going on. Both players no shields right now from GMS. You can see Flame starting to push up. Going to miss that snipe on over towards Fantasy. He's going to be full shields, popping back out. Great bait and switch coming in from Fantasy and Gabriel.
That was actually excellent work by them, and what we were just criticizing GMS for, we got to say the same thing for OpTic. They had the player no shields. They had the advantage. Roy and Flame both trying to collapse into the lobby here to secure one of those kills, not able to pick up either.
It was all about that snipe. If Flame hits that snipe, they clear out both those players. They secure both of the snipers, and they're going to have, what, a 6-3 lead right there instead of very close game. Fantasy is going to be taken out over towards the backstage. You can see Flame just slow playing it, waiting for the call-outs, checking where these players are going to be. No one's spawning in behind him, but he's still working with Roy. And this is one of the great things about Narrows is you can work down low, you can work up top, but as long as you're working together, you can bait people out.
Yeah, we say time and time again, and it reflects a lot more in 2v2 than it ever did in 4v4. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're doing it together, you have such a high chance of it succeeding, and that's what we're seeing for both these squads.
You could see also the difference between Halo 3 and Halo 5. A lot of players are going to go and elect to go for the no-scope, and as soon as I say that, that's exactly what Flamesword does, because he's down, he's weak, and they're going to punish him for that. Roy has some nice shots on over towards Gabriel, but he's going to pick up the rockets and bait and switch with Fantasy right there. Great play from these guys to secure the weapons. Let's see if they can do anything with it. 4 rockets here, that should be 4 kills.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of surprised Roy was even still alive there. He was in almost a 1v2 situation. Gabriel did secure rockets, so it's actually a good job. Both these guys, everyone just kind of, leaves each other alone, wants to reset the map. Very wise from OpTic Gaming, considering they did have to sacrifice these rockets.
And this is something that makes me a little uncomfortable if I'm Gabriel, where you see your teammate kind of hiding when you have the weapons. When I'm the rocket guy, I want to not be the first person to push up. He's going to take out Flamesword right there. No one is going to be able to pick him up either. So Roy not in the vicinity. 6-6 here with the rockets. Roy's going to be caught out over towards the backstage. There it is. Fantasy coming in with the cleanup. Still 3 rockets left. Flamesword coming in with the nade. He's going to have to back off, though, and wait for Roy. A pre-shot right there. Roy's coming off the spawn. Here goes an epic battle. Gabriel has to back down. Fantasy picks up Roy. Flame, though, coming in with the cleanup.
That was such a great shot. He might have been, oh, there he is. Comes up on the screen. Picks up those rockets as well. So there's a lot of ammo left in that weapon. You could see what he was trying to do with that rocket, shooting a prediction rocket, thinking Roy's going to back down. But no, if you played against Roy back in the day, you know he's coming at you. He has so much confidence in his shot, and he finds himself in a 1v1 opportunity. He wants to take it.
15 seconds until the sniper comes up. Curious to see what Fantasy's play here. He can go over towards the power-up and bait the next sniper. He could stack his own sniper if he wanted to and try to mess up the times. Flamesword, obviously, with the rockets right there, going to take out Gabriel. And now the man cannon coming in. Can Roy hit the shots? Looks like a nice shot coming in from Fantasy. Takes Roy down to no shields. Both players going to reset. Flame with the rockets coming in, calling the airstrike. Nice snipe. Good awareness from Fantasy listening to that man cannon come in.
Oh, that was an excellent play. He was taking no shields twice, able to secure one kill, make Roy have to back down. I mean, if he had not connected on that body shot across the man cannon, he probably would have jumped up and jumped over to try to secure that kill.
Not only that, think of it, that Flamesword would have lived too. So a big turn of events right here, as you can see. Trying to stay alive with the sniper rifle, not able to land the no-scope. Flamesword with the cleanup, 10-9 here. Big kill coming in for Gabriel if he can get it. Hits the quick scope onto Roy. Roy still, though, just waiting and challenging, as a Roy Bork does. Has one of the best shots in the game. Continues to impose his will here, even so late in the game. Love watching this guy play, but you got to stay up top here. You got to collapse on the sniper rifle player. Don't let him get comfortable. Add those shots and try to find that weapon.
But you want to be careful here. Rockets are about to spawn almost right now. So rockets are up on the map. So after they get these kills, they need to double back. They cannot let Gabriel grab these, or it's going to disrupt everything they tried to set up. Oh, that's a heartbreaking one, but Flame, wow, those were clutch shots.
And he's rocking the combo right there, and sometimes you get punished because you can't switch on over to your BR. You have to hit that no-scope. Flame with 8 kills, Roy with 3. It's going to be very important for Roy to pick it up here and try to get some of the weapons. That's the key to this game. We haven't seen anybody really dominate with both snipes and rockets. Both teams have kind of lost their opportunity with little minor mistakes here and there. So Flame going to try to do something with the Mauler here. Spots out Fantasy. Doesn't challenge, knows that he has help from Roy, but you got to watch out. They still have rockets. They do have sniper in that backstage area, so there it is. Gabriel taking out Roy with the rockets. Here comes the Mauler play coming in from Flame. Really love this, but where did the sneaky player from GMS go? Nowhere to be found. Rockets coming in.
Oh, and that's so hard sometimes. You need the grenades and the rockets. Sometimes it can push you a little further than you might have wanted to go in Fantasy. Connects on one no-scope. Roy, this is the best thing about Roy. This is something we did on Straight Tom. It's something we did on Instinct. Somebody gets a sick clip, you hide. You just don't want to give them the clip.
Flame going in for the 2-shot beatdown. He's going to take out Fantasy. That's a big kill right there, but the sniper was gone. So Gabriel over here trying to spot that player out. He's got to pay attention, though, because Roy was off the spawn, and there's the 2v1 right there. And that's what you got to be careful when your teammate dies. You could see. Great play by Fantasy right there, realizing Gabriel's taken out, wait for the spawn, come back, get the information, and then play off the information that you have.
Now they're starting to build upon a lead. I think this is the largest lead we've had so far this game. Now the new sniper rifle's coming up in a few seconds as well. Oh, and Fantasy thinks he's going to get the 2-shot melee. Doesn't connect on all the bursts or each shot of the burst, and that allows Roy to stay alive, and that's a big, big swing here, because when those power weapons come up, you need to be alive in the enemy team's base. Unless somebody gets across man cannon, they're going to be able to pull back and grab their own snipe as well.
Good heads-up play from Roy, checking where that man cannon guy went. You're going to have double snipers coming in. 3 snipers right now on the map. Flame, I believe, has one. Roy has one as well. And then you're going to see Gabriel, I believe, that went over towards the other side. He's going to be taken out over on Flame and Roy's side, but you are going to have Fantasy on the opposite side. Slow playing this one with the sniper rifle. Most likely going to go into the attic or the stage. That seems to always be the play because you want to try to cut off the top center angles. Roy looking for that where that player is. Spots him in the lobby. Fantasy takes him down. So now you have to back down if you're Roy. Has that sniper rifle. Gabriel, just the perfect timing coming in with Fantasy. Amazing teamwork.
I know, and Roy was hitting those shots yesterday, and it was leading the team to victory, but he's not been able to connect on them here today. But luckily for them, this game is still well within reach. Only down by 1 kill here. But you heard it from Wes. He's confident that, you know, GMS is going to be able to come out and take a lot of these games here. I think this Nara's one, especially from what we saw from OpTic last night, is kind of a must-win for them.
No doubt. And the thing is for me, with its score being 18-18, GMS, to me, it feels like they should be in a lead, a much bigger lead, the way that they've been able to play this and the amount of weapons that they've had. Nice no-scope coming in from Fantasy, takes Roy down to no shields. Can he finish this one off? That'd be big. If not, it could be a tie game right here. Just going to slow play this one. A man cannon is going to be hit. Flame over towards the sniper rifle. But Roy, where's the call out? Can he finish the kill? No! Big miscommunication again.
Oh, a great getaway from Fantasy. Jumping over that edge, almost cuts off any angle that Flame can find to try to clean up that kill. And what was just 18-18 is now back to that 3-kill margin here. And you know, the difference from these 2 point of views, it's been like OpTic Gaming, the consistency, the teamwork, the helping, the double teams. And on the opposite end, GMS, they're the ones that have been hitting the no scopes, constantly pulling out 6 plays here. And now we're seeing that 5-kill lead. This game is almost out of reach.
It's almost out of reach, and the reason is because of 2 plays that happen over towards the sniper rifle. Right there with the miscommunication that allowed them to get rockets, and then in the very beginning of the game, the backwhack coming in from them not communicating on which side of the spawns were. And there it is. That's an easy rocket coming in from Gabriel. Game number 1 going on over to GMS.
I mean, rockets in Halo 3. Line it up, you shoot it, and you get the kill. There's no thrusting away here. You're essentially just completely out of luck. That is a very big win and a great way to start off Championship Sunday here for this GMS squad. But if anybody's got to lose and have the opportunity to bounce back, it's OpTic Gaming. These guys have been here time and time again. And taking a look at some of the stats here, you know, 5 and 11 coming out from Roy. That's not something you normally see, and he's somebody who can bounce back.
Yeah, I doubt that he's going to have another 5 and 11 game in the finals, even if this does go, you know, 10 full games that we see here. Because if OpTic Gaming ends up winning this series, I believe it goes into the bracket reset since GMS is coming in from the winner's side. So taking a look at the highlights right here, and the game was close, Kyle, the entire way. I mean, 19-19, 20-20, 21-20, and then they got those rockets, the miscommunication over towards the snipe side. And that's not really acceptable in a 2v2. I mean, there's only 2 players to account for. There's only 1 guy that you need to call out for. And if you see a guy that's weak, you should hear where that guy is in your headphones, but you should also get that information from your teammates. So I'm not sure what happened right there, and that's the play that I'm talking about. That player was obviously weak. That should have been a trade. To me, that was the big momentum swing.
I mean, that whole game for Roy was pretty much, you could tell the story from the very first death he had. That back smack when he had sniper and rockets, and he told the whole story. How many times was he rocketed that game? He's going to win most of his BR fights, but when you've got the rockets and you get that elevation on top of your opponent, there's almost no hope to come out ahead.
What we always say is, in situations like that, warm-up game. Doesn't count, brush it off, go into game number 2.
It's a fluke, just wipe it off, forget about it.
Just a fluke, but you know what? They can't afford any mistakes here. No mistakes with the weapons like they had. If you have the camo here in Guardian, you cannot misplay it. You have the sniper rifle, you want to get that mauler, you want to stay over towards that snipe side of the map the entire time. So let's see what happens if Roy can bounce back from that 5 and 11.
Oh, these great shots. Gabriel just forced it back down. I don't even know if he was weak. He could have potentially finished off that kill before, you know, evacuating there, but you know, wisely backs down, and it looks like it's going to pay off because unless Roy hits this, he does with that camo player. Ooh, that's the best case scenario there.
Those are so important to, oh no!
You can see his
Flame
face.
giveth, flame taketh. Going down to the bottom of the map, doing some push-ups down there.
And you can see though, that sniper rifle, it was in the blue entrance. Roy comes off spot and grabs it immediately. Oh! Can't connect on the
Looking for the lunge, not able to find it, and you know what? That's gonna was that a team kill? What happened right there?
How did Roy have been a team kill?
He said, you know what? I'm gonna help Roy out a little bit. I'll take him down for you. Unless Roy got the best spawn ever.
So it looks like he actually fell off the map. So
did he? Okay.
Wonder Boy, yeah. So he fell off the map, which is excellent, excellent work. I mean, do you remember when Shockwave fell off the map running the flag?
That's true.
And we still lost the game.
We did lose that game. That was Nero's flag. Never forget that one. Great nade coming in. Fantasy's gonna have to back off here. Do have camo popping up in a minute, but we'll see if they slow play all the way until that power-up comes up. You gotta have that mauler over towards the snipe side like we were talking about, because it's just so deadly in these type of situations. Easy kill right there on the flame sword. Roy, what are you doing right there? Your teammate's down. That's an easy 2 kills coming in for GMS. Reset right here if you're OpTic Gaming. I say that you wait for the camo. You're gonna spawn over towards the blue ramp or bottom green. You can see Fantasy checking that out. Now that he realizes that they're not over towards bottom green, he's gonna go and help Gabriel. So camo popping up at 54. This is a really important time for OpTic Gaming not to die. You cannot give the mauler guy the camouflage.
They've got a 4-kill lead. That camo, like you said, Tom, is getting ready to come out, and they just put down Flame Sword. I want to go into a listen-in with GMS and see how they set up for this next power-up.
Green. Green? Yeah.
No, bro.
Toggle 2 of them. Toggle 2 of them. I got main on 1. One's on gauge up side.
They're gonna get camo. They're gonna. Can you try to?
They just got it now then.
Yeah, they're going for it right now. They got it at 47. 47
drops. Not blue shooting me. I'm go weak. Plug him. Go by 3.
Where's the camo guy going?
Oh no, might be going bottom.
Your sniper's about to be up.
One side wall. I think I just saw camo on the middle. Not 100%. About to peek it now.
Get naded from somewhere.
I'm grabbing Mauler. Who has Mauler?
One's on me. On me somewhere?
I got him. I'm looking green. I'm pushing straight to green, JR.
Watch out, that's my subplate, flame sword. They live?
All right, and you can see it. It's really the melees, I feel like, are telling the story of this game. One, getting meleeed by OpTic Gaming, and two, OpTic Gaming's melees not connecting in any situation that they've really wanted to so far here. So many sniper no-scopes, and you want to get that beat down immediately following it, and just not going their way. So they were able to grab that camo, but sniper still in the hands of GMS, and they've been putting it to use on both maps here so well.
Flame's going to have to go for a stick here. He's going to have to try to get a trade with the Mauler guy, but waste both the stickies right there because Gabriel comes up. Both the players from GMS are located over towards the snipe side. Gabriel coming in with the 2-shot beatdown, and that's got to be scary if you're Roy. You know that your teammate's down. You know that they're going to pop out 12-6 here. Again, slow play it. You grab the camo. Hopefully, if you're OpTic Gaming, GMS forgets the time here. But you can see what OpTic Gaming's strategy is here. Don't let them reset. Don't let them set up. Let's add pressure immediately. Go up that snipe lift. And sometimes that's the play. The unexpected play works out. You do get a 2-for-1 trade here for GMS, but at least you get that Mauler out of Fantasy's hands.
Oh, and that's super unfortunate for Roy. Not only does he get taken out and sniped again, those plasma grenades were gone. I think it was Fantasy that had just grabbed them top snipe before you saw OpTic Gaming lift over, and this game is quickly getting out of hand, Tom. Largest lead that we've seen between these two teams, period, in both their matches that they've played here.
Not really sure what Flame's looking at right there. You know that the sniper's over towards the snipe side. Roy's going to pop out, take that player down to no shields, and one of the things I'm a little worried about is a little bit of a lackluster play coming in from Roy, going up that gold lift. We're in the finals. You know that he's done that bottom gold to top gold jump at least 1,000 times. It's second nature for him. He teamed with Macchio. Macchio was the jump master on Guardian, so I'm a little worried when I see him just going up the lift carelessly, going up the camo lift carelessly when they have sniper rifle. That's something that you have to teamwork on. You have to lay down shots, then go up the lift here. Maybe Roy getting a little frustrated and wants to just try to power his way through, which Borgs have been known to do, so let's see if he turns it up with a shot.
I mean, Tom, you know a little bit about how much frustration you can have when you've got that T2 combo, Roy showing you some love, and then you get back smacked. If I recall correctly, T-Squared does not like that.
No, that's definitely a raging moment right there, but hey, you get the weapons here, here's your time to shine. Gonna miss the snipe right there onto Gabriel, but has the help coming in from Flame Sword. Is he going to go for the grenades here? Has 2 grenades, could throw those bottom center. And there it is, coming in with one on over towards Gabriel. That forces that player back. And a lot of times people think that grenades are just for kills. A lot of times grenades are used to cut off angles and force opponents into other areas. And that's what you saw Roy do right there.
Yeah, it's like being a sheepdog and herding cattle is those plasma grenades sometimes. You can get people to go wherever you want them to go. There's no jump back, thrust forward after an explosion. Like we saw that stuff from Snipe Down yesterday, which was completely out of this world when they were able to take down Splice on Refuge there. So you can just see how impactful it is. It's so beneficial to have those grenades. And I mean, take a look at the top left of your corner. I'm totally not even remembering how many grenades we had in Halo 3.
And you can see Roy getting confident with the sniper rifle right now. This was an 18-10 game, I believe. So 6 unanswered kills coming in. Camo popping up here very shortly. Roy with the sniper, Flame with the sniper. But the thing is Flame has that Mauler, so that's the guy that you want to get the camouflage. It popped up right there at the 42 mark. Flame going to have to stay alive. Curious to see if he's going to drop bottom yellow. No, he's going to stay up top. Smart play coming in from him. Most likely, you're going to see GMS pushing towards top center and making their way on over towards bottom blue. That's exactly what they did right there. Wow, great use of teamwork right there from Flame Sword and Roy. You could see Flame looking at his teammate's screen, waiting and seeing that Gabriel was watching that area. So just heads up play all around from both teams.
Yeah, really, I completely agree with you. But the one scary moment is Mauler is sniping. The sniper with only 1 shot left in it. Roy could get left out to dry here unless Flame puts these weapons to use, and a really good use of that.
And that camo's gone.
Yeah, that was extremely ineffective camo to be used, and that's the problem with it. You connect on that shot, he has no way to finish him off. Luckily grabs that carbine, but it's a little bit too late. Roy is top center with no additional long-range help.
Right here, you got to assume that someone's going to push elbow or under glass right there. You have that guy top blue, but I'm worried about the guy over at green. Not likely that he went on over towards yellow. Most likely making his way right behind Flame right now. So Flame, the internal clock kicking. ticking, excuse me. That player nowhere to be found, but you can see he's timing the amount of time it takes for these players to push up, and Flame just waiting. One player pushing over towards bottom snipe, another one S2. Flame with the mauler. Where's the help coming in from Roy? Coming over towards the lift, the two-shot beat down, and Flame coming right over from behind, 21 to 18. This is a crucial fight on over towards snipe side.
He has to stay alive because, Tom, the sniper just came up as well, and you can see that's why the collapse from GMS came in right now. It's all about map control and timing the power-ups and power weapons here, and with that sniper only down by 2 kills, so been able to come back since, what was it, like 5-3? This is the most one we've had. 1 kill game here, and he's doubled up on the ammo.
Camo coming up in about 20 seconds. There was a huge battle over towards bottom green. Roy taking out the mauler player. Now you're gonna have weapon control in OpTic Gaming's favor. This is exactly what we saw in the previous game. Extremely close scoreline here with only a couple of kills to go. 21-20, exactly what we saw in Narrows. Camo just popped up. Flame baiting it with the sniper rifle. Roy gonna make his way on over towards the lift with the mauler. Exactly what you want to look for here. Is Gabriel gonna challenge? He does. Roy challenges right back.
Roy reads the situation perfectly, and then Flame, he's pushing in. He's got mauler and sniper, so back to this combination once again. So Roy did burn that camo. It is off the map. 3 kills remaining here in game number 2.
This all comes down to Flame Sword. He's on a killing spree right now. As soon as the player pops out, he looks at Roy's screen. Unfortunate timing right there coming in for Flame, but still plenty of shots right here. I'd love to see him just start taking some risks. I mean, you have 13 shots in that sniper rifle. You could let him fly. He's gonna give that on over towards Roy with a 7 spree currently. So, wow, Flame, great teammate.
Yeah, I mean, Roy wasn't connecting on the shots earlier, but he started to hit a few towards the end of last game, so we'll see if he's gonna be able to pick this one up. And if he's doing anything like he did yesterday, I mean, this team can absolutely reset this bracket.
That's the player that I would be worried about if I was Roy, because that's the player that could potentially kill you. The guy over at snipe side, he's really not that much of a threat. If you could focus on this bottom green guy, that's the guy that's gonna try to distract you. That's the guy that's gonna try to flank you. And when you have a setup right here, if you do get flanked, it's gonna be very ugly, because guess where you're gonna spawn, Kyle? Bottom green afterwards.
You're absolutely right, Tom, and this is this crucial moment, and this is how you're wondering why the flow of Halo 3 is the way it is.
Big.
New sniper and new camo come up in this next minute, about 30 seconds away. So no matter who's setting up where, people are gonna have to start making decisions here.
There it is, one more kill, 24 to 22. Camo popping up in about 30 seconds here. Complete control in the favor of OpTic Gaming. GMS, they're gonna have to do something very smart here. They're gonna have to pick up 2 kills, maybe bait the camo, and try to get this one. If they can win this game right here and go up 2-0, this is gonna be a very difficult comeback for OpTic Gaming. Basically a must-win right here for OG. Roy looking for that player on over towards the snipe side. Keep in mind, Gabriel did make his flank. What a grenade coming in from Fantasy.
Oh, that is very unfortunate for them. But oh my, the timing, Flame, it just isn't working out for him. That was a guaranteed win if he had the mauler out, forcing to switch weapons to make it that up-close range battle. Essentially bites him right there and doesn't work out in their favor. So we saw that last camo, it didn't get them a kill at all.
2 smart plays coming in from Flame Sword right there. There's the bait. Can he hit the... Woo! Got a little nervous right there. Got a little nervous. I just want to talk about one thing, because that was a great ending from Flame Sword. But the way that he was able to get that camouflage, a really small thing that he did right there was when he went over towards the barrels to go from top gold on over towards the camo, you notice that he jumped over that lift area. That helps so much, because the guy with the sniper rifle is looking exactly where your head's gonna be, and you also have 2 flaps on over towards the top gold side, which is gonna cover you. So when you jump on over there, the opportunity to snipe that guy is so small. He also went over there and did a little strong side move, put his back on over towards the sniper, picked up the camo. What did he do when he picked it back up again? He did the same exact jump to go back on over towards where Roy was. That camo secured them the game and the victory.
Yeah, I mean, the last camo didn't, or the first camo prior to that didn't work out, but the last one was perfect. The player was so caught up with the player in front of him, no shields being Roy, he had to finish it off. When they bumped into each other, Tom, I thought that could have spelled just absolute devastation, because, I mean, there's been a lot of situations where, yeah, you only need 1 more kill, but sometimes you get a betrayal or a stick or something, and, you get the kill, but then the game continues on. Having that suicide and kill register at the exact moment here. So luckily for OpTic Gaming, they do tie up this series, taking a very close game number 2 on Guardian. What do you think?
I think that stings a little bit if you're GMS, because you're up 1-0 in the series. You're already in that winner's bracket. You know that if you go up 2-0, hey, these guys have to win 3 more in a row if that's the case. Plus they have to beat you another best of 5. Now, Flame's feeling himself coming off that killing spree. Roy's feeling confident because he's got that sniper rifle.
That was a killing frenzy.
He dropped the killing frenzy? Did he? Wow. So gives up the sniper rifle on over towards Roy and then picks up the killing frenzy because of it.
Gets the last kill for the killing frenzy.
That's amazing. Amazing plays coming out from Flame, but I've been hearing OpTic Gaming kind of struggles with the teamwork and the communication on Construct. So let's see what happens off the rip.
Yeah, they got a lot of good shots together off the opening one on this one. Gabriel gets completely melted, and Roy and Flame able to stay alive here. So now we see is Roy, they want to regain this top middle position.
Got to reload. Not sure if Flame realizes that he has to reload that BR. He could get into a battle that he doesn't want to get into, and there it is. That player's weak. Fortunately, just needs one burst and the beatdown, but please reload your BR.
You need to reload, Tom. Flame doesn't need to reload. He's still getting those kills.
There it is. I told you he needs to reload, but Gabriel, what a grenade right there off the lip. You can see Fantasy with the rockets. Both players going to be weak. What's so great about Roy being in that position is he spawns his teammate right next to him over towards that closed side lift. So right now, most likely, Fantasy going to spawn his teammate in the lobby. Exactly what happens right there. So they're stuck on over towards the sword, which isn't a bad area to be in, but with the rockets down 3-1, you're going to have to do something with these.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot different than you would or want to treat rockets in the 4v4 situation. 4v4 rockets in lobby, sure, safest place as long as you're able to dodge grenades and you have somebody like watching your sword ramp, or somebody. You want some of the angles to charge up top here, but in the 2v2s, you can control any part of the map and find success there. It goes back to remember the Neighbor SK games.
I was going to say, Flamesword's taking a Neighbor route right now.
Yeah, not unusual there. The best was when they challenge you to a 2v2. I bet you don't get to 50 kills, and then they hide on the bottom of the map the entire time.
Yeah, nothing's worse than having to go down towards the bottom of the map. So we'll see what happens with this rocket versus sniper battle going on. And you can see Roy and Flame, they really want to play stingy with their lives here. They do not want to give up any deaths. Gabriel going to drop down and hit the beatdown onto Roy. That means, okay, I can get up top. Now let's try to squeeze out this rocket player, try to find where he is. And you can see Gabriel coming in with the distraction. Where's the rocket player? Most likely pushing on over towards the open lift. They're still in lobby. Stuck on over towards top gold with the sniper rifle isn't that bad, but Flame realizing he has to relocate. They cannot be stuck and giving over too much information when this overshield is popping up. So you can see Fantasy, he's going to drop down with this rockets. Gabriel going to pick up Flame Sword, and that's an easy 2 kills coming in. Great teamwork from GMS.
It really, really was there, and they will be able to secure that camo. But you saw what Flamesword did there. You had, he dropped down bottom mid and essentially gave the information to the enemy team that I am going bottom center. He jumps back up to try to distract them, get the different angles, but not going to work out. Luckily for them, though, even though Roy was taken out, there was also a wasted rocket to try to finish him off. So you got to be feeling good about that.
Risky play coming in from Fantasy, punished for it. Great drop from Flamesword right there. You have camo snipe, you see that guy, but you didn't realize that if you just waited an extra second to push a little bit more towards mid gold, if you get shot up, you can hit that lift right there. You'll have enough time to pre-nade over towards the barrel side. Flamesword would have been stuck on over towards that ramp, and you could have had top gold positioning, sticking Flame in a very, very poor situation. But now Flame looking for blood. He's going to take that player down to no shields, realizes his opportunity to push up the lift, and there it is. The bait and switch needs to stay alive. Just wait for that player to pop out, wait for the spawns, and that's exactly what Flame's doing, predicting that closed side spawn, now going to pre-nade on over towards the open side. And like we were talking about, Kyle, a lot of times you're just using those grenades to flush players out, exactly what Roy and Flame are doing.
Oh, you can see Roy's able to grab 1 kill. Fantasy goes for the challenge. Roy does connect on that rocket, but there's still going to be ammo left. Unfortunately for OpTic, those rockets go all the way to the bottom of the map, so who knows where Roy's going to spawn here as Flame lifts back up. This is the devastating moment.
Smart play, though. Smart play to waste both of those rockets. He tried to use the plasma grenade in front of him to insta-explode Gabriel, pushing on over towards open lift. Gabriel realizes he wants to use his BR here because he has teamwork coming in over towards the closed lift. A very unselfish play from Gabriel. He easily could have grabbed that snipe and tried to hit a quick scope or a no scope. Roy, though, baiting and switching with Flame. Flame most likely going to hit one of these lifts here very shortly, so you got to watch out if you're Gabriel. But smart play, backing down, and there it is. The shot's coming in from behind. Are they going to be able to pick him up? Camo popping up here soon. Now the sniper's down towards the backside. Fantasy going to kill Roy. Flame going to trade it out. Great job right there from Flame. He's really on top of these weapons.
And Camo is up at 51 on screen now. Fantasy's able to grab that, so they're the ones that have had time on it. I don't know if OpTic Gaming has that time. You see Roy grabs himself a kill. Flame in a 1v1 with that Camo player, and that would have been an instrumental VR win for him. But Fantasy is going to get top control. He knows Roy's still down low. I thought he was going to get the spawn for his teammate up top. It looks like he also comes up down low.
Not a good spawn right there, but immediately dropping down and helping. Smart play coming in. Flame going in for the beatdown. Jumps over the melee. Roy with the cleanup, also hitting a grenade at the same time. If I was OpTic Gaming, I'd be getting up top immediately. Great play, heads up from Roy.
Oh, that's amazing. It helps them get that sniper rifle. They take out that camo player. Camo's been essentially useless this game for both teams so far. So 11-8, largest lead we're having so far. And wow, what a great time to back down. Catch eyes on that player's ankles as he jumps across lobby. And you can see Roy just setting up to see if anyone's going to poke.
One of the best things to do if you have camo is try to get in over towards the lobby, because you have so many different areas that you can escape and you have so many different points of view. And when you control that lobby area, you're most likely controlling sword, you're most likely controlling both of the lifts. So what does that mean? The other team's most likely at gold or stuck on towards the bottom of the map. So let's see if these camo players, when they pick them up, great snipes coming in from Roy, taking out Fantasy, 14-8 lead here. But like you said, Kyle, they haven't been able to control this custom power-up as much as they'd like to. Can they get it going here and going on some sort of sprint?
Oh, and 2 players ain't close. If anybody's going to pull out something ridiculous here, it'd be Roy. Flame, he's got 1 player. He takes out both players. 2-for-1 situation. And that's exactly what you want to see, because Tom, not only did he get a double kill and maintain top control, no, he spawns up in lobby, connects on a body shot, but not enough time for a melee. Rockets are dropping right now.
That's the first fortunate spawn we've seen so far. And Construct, it's definitely, nice snipe right there.
2-for-1 on the barrels.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-1 on the barrels. One of the things that you'll notice, though, is there's only so much of the map that you can cover. So once in a while, players are going to get that top spawn, which means that you really have to try to influence that either with grenades or scoping into that vicinity. You can see rockets popping up right here. Fantasy's going to be able to grab those. Great teamwork coming in from Gabriel as they secure the top of the map. I believe custom power-up was coming up throughout the entire time. So 41, it was up, and the player on the bottom of the map didn't go for that. Instead, elected to go for top control. Roy, he gets taken down. Flame, he gets the kill too. No, Roy picked up a kill as well. So Sniper and Rockets going on over to OpTic Gaming. How do you miss that opportunity when you have control and the weapons?
We thought it was a bad decision. Maybe it turned out to be a bait, Tom, because they clean up both kills and Rockets change hand with, once again, not being able to secure a kill. It's 19-12. What could have been a 2-0 series lead for GMS is now turning into something that looks like a 2-1 lead for OpTic. GMS looks like they're starting to get flustered here.
Surprised that Roy didn't go back to sword to challenge that player over towards mid-gold. Fantasy charging on over towards the sword ramp. The other player pushed on over towards the closed lift. Flame Sword, though, he is just on top of these players. 13 kills total. Looking at Roy's screen. Gonna pass up that snipe even though he's down 1 shot. Still challenging Gabriel, but no. Gabriel gets the kill. Help coming in over towards lobby. What are you going to do here if you're GMS, Kyle? How do you come back this one down 7?
I mean, it all comes down to the same thing we've been talking about. It's the power weapon and power-up control. Power-up has not been working out for them. They have to maintain top control. But you're seeing so many unusual circumstances. Midway through this game, one of my favorite moments. Oh, that would have been amazing.
That would have been some extra style points right there. But, hey, you only need 1 more kill. These guys need 10. You know that they're going to try to get a little bit of showmanship coming in here. Both those players were trapped mid-gold, most likely going over towards the back ramp. Or they kind of skedaddled over down towards bottom center. But no, Fantasy, what are you doing, brother? You need to drop down low right there, not give up that kill. The thing is in an instance like that, yeah, the game is most likely over, but you want to try to do whatever you can to make that one close. If you can bring that one and get a couple more kills, stop this momentum coming in from these guys, you can tell. Once they start picking it up over towards that midway point of the game, there's no stopping them. They started feeling it. They're really starting to take it to that next level that I'm not sure if Gabriel and Fantasy have.
I mean, the teamwork from Roy and Flame is scary right now. They have been double teaming almost everyone. They had 13 assists that game. So, you know, over half of the kills assisted between the 2 of them, and that counts like all the rocket and snipers that we saw from them. They're moving around the map very well. Flame's playing a lot better than he was yesterday, so if you're seeing half as well, you know, a Roy playing half as well as we know he can, and Flame start playing at this high caliber of a level, pulling out killing frenzies, these guys are in prime position.
There was so many missed opportunities with the camo, and you saw it. Camo sniper over towards mid-gold. Rockets going down over towards bottom center. This was the first time that we saw an actual solid kill with that camouflage, but you didn't really see anything after that, and it was just constantly being picked apart by sniper rifles over and over and over again. Great shots coming in from OpTic. Don't get me wrong, you have to challenge that if you're GMS. You cannot allow them just to sit back and pick you apart. But if they're hitting their shots, what are you going to do in that situation? Great job from Flame, great job from Roy. I'm a little bit worried now for GMS because we were talking about you're up 18-10 in game number 2. You're up 1-0 in the series. That's your time to capitalize it. How many times have we seen teams like Tox or Splice do it in Halo 5? How many times have we seen Roy go and do it in Halo 3, Flame do it in Halo 3? This is not new territory for these guys. They know what it takes to win a best-of-5 series.
Oh, God, I hope we see a sword kill as we're looking at that top middle in this game. But Heretic, I would say it's the maps with the power weapons, with the power-ups that you want to win if you're GMS, especially because you know when you get into these battles where it's just teamwork and it's constant BR shots across the map, this is going to be an OpTic Gaming strong point.
Definitely, and you do have ping control coming in very early, though, for GMS, which is exactly what you want to do. You want to constantly keep a guy over towards P2, P3, rotating, looking for spawns. And sometimes it's not a bad idea to keep control of one of the side bases too, so you can eliminate where they're going to be. If you're on over towards pink side, you have another guy on towards the side base, guess where they're going to be? Process of elimination. They're on car side or at the other base. So it makes it very easy to cross shoot, and a lot of times these players have to push on out over towards one of the bases towards pink. So that's your opportunity to do something. And instead of Flame going over towards the side base, he's going to elect to go top center. Very risky play, but it pays off. Roy and Flame both taking down both players of GMS.
Yeah, 4v4, you're almost crazy for doing that, but in 2v2, when the players are convinced you're at one base and they're set up P2 and hiding in that cubby spawn P side of the base, they just created Roy and Flame did an excellent job at creating two individual one-on-one fights and coming out ahead in both. Ooh, Fantasy.
Wow, and
Whoa.
Gabriel just back-to-back 4 shots right there, so 5-2 lead. Maybe they're starting to heat up, because one of the things that I'm noticing right there, Kyle, is instead of staying on over towards the side base, they're rotating. They're playing extremely aggressive. While those players are in their death screens, they're saying, hey, we're going to make sure that your callouts are false. We're going to rotate around the map, and sometimes that's what you have to do against great players, is play fast, play unpredictable, and it's going to throw them off. Sometimes when you make a decision, even if it's the wrong decision and it's very quick, it's still good. The last thing that you want to do is hesitate, stay stagnant. Pro players are going to call you out. They're going to teamwork you. They're going to decide how they want to take you down methodically. So I really like that aggressive play coming in from Gabriel and Fantasy. It bought them a 4-kill lead.
Yeah, and he runs up to P3. Flamesword, he's been all over top center right now, and a perfect insta-explode to secure a kill there. And able to stay alive, but he runs out a little bit too far. He would have been fine if he sat in P2. But the finish does come out here, and now Roy trapped bottom mid.
Ouch.
No chance to go anywhere. But this is constant back and forth. Everyone coming off spawn is doing an excellent job.
Ooh.
Oh, man, these are crispy shots here. But I was going to say, everyone's doing an excellent job at finishing off kills after coming off spawn here. They are constantly looking for those one-shots here. Everyone
kept spawning on over towards the side base, and now you can see things slowing down a little bit as Fantasy is going to try to take out Flame towards bottom center. Now Roy is going to pop out, looking for that weak player. Gabriel, smart play, backing down right here, but you have to be aware of where Flame's going to spawn. He spawns on over towards P1, so Roy most likely going to drop down the lift behind him. Has to watch out for this Flame coming in. Where's the shots coming in from Roy? And there it is, dropping down right behind him.
And that was a collapse between the two. You know, Flame charged in from P side, but that was Roy that was initially started that engagement, took that player weak. It was a millisecond away from a perfect insta-explode to secure that kill, but only Walshy can time those ones.
That's true. That's true. Walshy was the insta-explode god, especially towards the end of Halo 3. I'm pretty sure he didn't even shoot at people. He only threw grenades. Fantasy, he's weak right now. Flamesword, he's weak as well. He's going to lift on up, force Fantasy to go in front of the base. Nice little comeback coming in here for OpTic Gaming. Gabriel with the assassination, though. So that's going to slow things down a little bit. Has no idea that the player's over there. Flame hiding, but the flank coming in from the car side. You can see a little bit of frustration for the first time on Flame's face.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. When you get those lunges, but you aren't able to connect on the melee, and it just backfires so badly like that, you can just see his look on his face. They were down 6-2, and it was about to be 12-10, but now 13-9 with that unfortunate event.
4 kills is a fairly comfortable lead, but we saw 18-10 comeback coming in for OpTic Gaming, so don't get too comfortable. Great grenades coming in from Fantasy. He smelled something fishy. He said, hey, I haven't seen the map slow down this much. I wonder where these guys are hiding. 2 prediction nades on over towards the corner, and great aggressive play. That's what I'm talking about, Kyle. If you're Flame, you're not expecting both of those players to charge you. You think one player is at least going to anchor on over towards the pink side. So Gabriel, Fantasy running together as a duo, and it's working out.
Oh, but Roy cleans up both of those kills, and he's able to get his shields back, and another double team back down to 3 kills. You know, Tom, what I'd like to do is go into and listen in with this OpTic Gaming roster to see how they're going to take a lead here.
I split Mike. Another one. He's instant. He's coming to you. Full shield. Full shield. Nice shot, Borg. One just spawned. One just spawned. Don't see him. We're not car. I'm going car. I just choked.
Where you at?
I'm just going.
They're in red pink. Or blue pink. Live.
I'm behind them. They know I'm here now. They know I'm here. They're both in there, Mike. Other guy's coming to me, car. One shot in my window. One shot there.
He's still there, one. He's still weak, still weak, still weak, still
I'm
weak.
watching. He's gonna drop. He's gonna probably drop front. I think he did. Yeah.
Ping 2
Out
pounds.
of the car. He might have went.
Go blue 1, yeah, watch your car. No, underneath you.
I tried to turn, bro. Oh. Gotta live, Mike. Gotta live.
Weak blue box.
I spawned here. I know. Yeah,
Nice.
drop, stay there. I'm watching you. Don't push it too hard. You might spawn there.
You the blue 1 or?
I'm watching front.
Red car, kill red car right now. Kill red car side.
Sweet, Mike 1. Car 2 on you.
Got him.
Other guy is.
Ping 2, car 2 on me.
Car 2?
Yep, that's all you. Spawn there, spawn there.
I ran out of ammo.
He's bottom mid, so worry about the other dude. I'm looking bottom mid, you can stay alive.
I'm 1.
He's bottom mid, remember?
Hey, still bottom.
Got him. Blue Kirby, going blue 2.
Yep, blue 2.
He's blue 2. You're alive?
Both gonna be there. They both should be there.
Yep.
No, Mike, they're both gonna be there. I got sweet, nice.
Got 1. Blue 2, blue pink pocket. Blue pink pocket, might drop blue 1. Or go car. I'm coming. Yo, pink one right on you. Pink one right on you. Both of them. Stay alive.
Oh, bro.
Getting weak.
All right, you can see it. The lead change will now back to a tied game, back to a lead change. Roy and Flame, excellent communication. Got to pinpoint my favorite moment. Roy saying, I choked.
I thought that was Flame. I thought that Flame said I choked.
I think it was right. I don't think Flame would say that. That's
I'm
not the
pretty
Roy
sure that
said.
was, no, that was definitely a Flame.
All right, we need to hear it from the chat.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Kyle is going deaf in one ear.
I'm pretty sure I am always right and Tom is always wrong. We'll find out later on.
We'll find out. It's not like we don't watch the VODs of ourselves casting sometimes. Not gonna lie. 21-21 right here. Flame Sword, can he get this epic kill on a fantasy?
Oh!
Great shots from Flame, and he stays alive. Are you kidding me? Gabriel doesn't challenge that one because you know the communication coming in from Roy and Flame is so strong, but looks at fantasy screen, sees where Flame's going. Slow plays at 22-22 right here. Roy has to know that player's weak. He does. He pops out. The shots don't register. Flame Sword not able to finish the kill. Roy not able to finish the kill. He even challenges it and still stays alive. Are you kidding me? It's coming down to the wire here.
He did so much for his team as far as it being a distraction goes. And Tom, it was tied up 22-22, and this was the series for OpTic Gaming, but GMS says no. They want to send it into a game number 5. He stuck him. No, he didn't stick him. I'm lying.
Flame's got to look out. There it is. 25-22. Great game coming in from GMS. Didn't think they were going to be able to pull that one off. Just from the Astro listening, you could hear how much they wanted that. Roy and Flame, impeccable communication, but the execution, the teamwork, the aggressiveness coming in from Gabriel and Fantasy, just unexpected. Catching these guys on their back foot. Now we go to an epic game number 5. OpTic Gaming has to win this one, otherwise they finish second place.
This is exactly how I wanted to start out Championship Sunday. And, you know, talking about the game a little bit more, the assist, there's a lot more teamwork here coming out from OpTic Gaming. They had, was 18 of their 22 kills were assisted, and on GMS's side, only 14 of the 25. So how is that going to play out into this last and final game? Only time will tell. I think we're going to the pit.
I'm not sure, but one thing's for sure is if these guys do reset the series, it's going to go to another game 4 or game number 5, because one thing that Fantasy and Gabriel told me is that they can clutch it up towards the mid game. They can clutch it up towards the end of the game. That's something that we didn't see in game number 2. That's something that we didn't see even close to coming in game number 3. But when you saw the guys over towards Pink 1, people staying alive, you just got the vibe that these guys were going to win the series 3-1 and OpTic Gaming was going to reset it. But somehow, some way, really came down to Gabriel dropping in front of that base when he was weak and getting that melee onto Flame Sword and staying alive bought them more time to go into another 2 versus 1. And when you can just get that 1 kill lead and push that to a 2 kill lead from like 21-20 over to 22-20, all you have to do is keep trading out here and there. And they didn't even just trade out. They got the kills that they needed. 3 kill win right there. Pit now comes down to controlling over towards the green box, controlling your own S2, making sure that you do not give up the weapons right here. And Roy, he smells blood.
And let's talk about the play from Flame Sword. Yes, he charged out to finish off a kill, which might not look like the best play to make, but when your teammate is in a position to grab grab rockets and push across the map, that kill is so much more powerful than if he was able to sit back or just a 1-to-1 trade here. The last thing about last game I want to point out was the P3. Gabriel, I think it was, able to stay alive P3, draw 2 players' attention, was another deciding factor in that game.
Yes, he ate a couple of shots, but he challenged, got more information, and this is a nice spot for OpTic Gaming to be in, having Rockets, having Sniper here. One thing that I was a little disappointed in, I thought Roy was going to wait it out a little bit for that custom power-up. He was waiting and only picked up half of it, when he could have potentially just waited about half a second and got full right there.
Maybe the nerves are affecting some of these guys, you know, on both teams.
I think that the last thing he was wanting was to lose the Rockets on top of a full OV right there and then give them both. So he's like, all right, you know what? It's game number 5. This is too important. It's way too early in the game to make this big of a mistake. And like you talk about during casting all the time, the team that makes the fewest mistakes typically comes out on top.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a devastating way to start out a game number 5. After you could have closed out this series in game number 4, that's when you know things just aren't going your way. And you can tell Flamesword and Roy, they've been in this position before. They don't want to take any chances. They are playing extremely careful here.
There's no reason not to wait for the overshield at this point. You have the time on it. You have the rockets. You have the positioning on over towards the sword side. You have full sniper rifle. And the thing is if you wanted to play aggressive here and you die, you're giving up so much ammo that it almost makes it impossible to come back from. Because right now, the big thing is that Fantasy has sniper rifle on the GMS side. And so that's what they're looking for. They're just trying to spot where this guy is.
And not only that, you got to get that next overshield. That's the next thing coming up here. You've got the time on it. You don't know if GMS, or they certainly don't have the exact time on it. And you're on this side of the map. You do not want to push away. You do not want to flank through camo. You want to be set up right here.
Big fight coming in over towards the overshield side. Gabriel backs down over towards the runway. Roy coming in with the flank with the rockets. You can see a player jumping over his head. Are they gonna connect on the rockets? The snipe coming in. Trade for Gabriel and Roy's life, but the big thing is Fantasy picked up full overshield right there with the sniper rifle. This is the first time we've seen a team get a pretty big advantage, but half of that overshield's gone. Nice job from Flame and Roy, kind of giving him a couple kisses on the cheek as he makes his way on over towards Sword.
Yeah, I mean, even Fantasy is starting to heat up. New rockets are about to drop as well, and this was the situation that OpTic Gaming was trying to prevent when they were grabbing that first overshield. So the fact that they weren't able to get any of those kills when they're set up in Sword is definitely demoralizing for them, but they got to be feeling good that this game's still tied, or they're only down by 1. They find themselves now because they can just try to slow it down, wait it out. They want to get these new sniper rifles again.
Roy's got to secure this kill fast because the rocket guy's coming around the corner, and there it is. So many rockets in that chamber, Kyle. Look at 5 rockets with that sniper rifle, 15 bullets in the sniper rifle. We were talking about that ammo going in favor of GMS. Oh, little haircut coming in from Flame, but Flame says, I haven't gotten my haircut in years.
Tom, I don't even know how to follow that one up. Before he does drop the sniper rifle. All right, so he is divvying up some of these power weapons. He's not running around with that T2 combination here. But that BR picked up did not have very much ammo in it either. So 4-4. I mean, if I'm OpTic Gaming right now, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling that with even the mistakes that we've made so far, the missed snipes, the missed rockets, we're still tied up in this game. We're doing something right here.
No doubt about it. And that's the thing that you have to watch out for if you're GMS, because you have these weapons, you have to get a little bit of a cushion here, because if it goes the other way, it could get ugly really fast. But this is how Pit plays out at the highest level, guys. I know it seems kind of slow right now, but you have to appreciate the beauty of this map. So many angles, so many epic sniping 1v1s, and Gabriel, he's gonna fall victim to Roy right there. Curious to see how they play this one with the custom coming up. Do they want to bait that sniper, push a player on over towards the runway? At the same time, you have to be careful, because if you get aggressive, they could push on over towards your long haul, and that's exactly what Fantasy is going to do as he grabs that custom, and Gabriel's going to push on the other side of the map, but Roy comes in with the sniper rifle. Can he get the no-scope on the player over towards his back snipe ramp? Most likely made his way on over towards S1. Take your time if you're Roy here. There's no reason to challenge this one. Wait for Flame to come in with the help. You can know Fantasy's on the other side of the map. That's exactly what he does.
Oh, so well played by Roy here. You can see the focus on his face. One thing I want to note too is Roy and Flame, they've still got the same lean that they've had since the beginning of Halo 3 days, just a little bit to the left, and a lot of that has to do with the screen watching. I heard the guys talking about it last night, just how much more impactful, how much more we saw that in some of the earlier Halo 3 days when the map maybe was a little bit slower paced, excuse me, and you didn't have as much thrust and movement as you see now.
You can see an aggressive play coming in from Gabriel. Is he able to land the stick? No. Flamesword stays alive on over towards the sword cuts. You can see Fantasy coming in with the grenades. Also, something to point out that Fantasy has the sniper rifle as well. So Roy with the sniper rifle for OpTic Gaming. You're gonna have Fantasy actually getting aggressive with the sniper rifle, pushing on over towards the camo side. Roy didn't see him on over towards the left. Can Fantasy connect with the snipe? Oh, Roy bounced the snipe off the wall just to see if it happens.
I'd like to see him play aggressive here. Tom, new rockets are up in 10 seconds, so you can see if Roy's able to get a flank here and they don't recognize him immediately, he could set up and just do wonders, picking GMS apart. 11-5 in game number 5, Tom. And after what we've seen so far, this is a solid position to be in.
They just don't expect the charge, though. And if that doesn't tell you right there to watch out for these guys pushing, then I don't know what else will. They've pushed over towards your long haul if you're OpTic Gaming. They just pushed on over towards your sword side. They flanked your training over and over again. What does that mean? That means either stay on their side or simply just set up on your side with the weapons and wait for this next custom power-up. You have a lead right there. That's one of the worst things that you could do is push around a corner with your rockets right there. Could have just sat inside the green box.
Yeah, I'm going to call out Neighbor right now because he did that in the game we lost. The crazy comeback against Hines and them, and ambush.
Yeah,
he runs through and gives them rockets when we're up by 10 and we lose the game.
I actually completely blacked that memory out of my life. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
But 11-7, and I really like that you pointed that out, Tom, because all you had to do was sit and wait. As long as you don't push out and die, you're going to win the game. And now they've given GMS exactly what they needed. Gabriel had 1 kill, and now he's found himself with rockets in his hands in the enemy team base, able to kill Roy and take that sniper away.
Yep, takes out Roy, comes around, reloads his rockets, now just waiting for the spawners to come in. He can play this any way he wants. If I was him, I'd push over towards the pit side, but they're going to actually spawn on over towards the needles. So now Gabriel has to back off. If you're Roy and if you're Flame, leave this guy at your base. Say, hey, you know what? You got it. You got our S2, but we're coming around and we're taking your side. That's exactly what they do. They push from training to bridge side through the green box. Now Gabriel's stuck out. And listen, you could just spawn trap this guy at his base over and over again. You don't have to come back if you're Flame. You don't have to come back if you're Roy. That's exactly what they do. They pinch him. But you honestly could have just continued to kill that one guy at the base, but it works out for him. They get the rocket guy out of there. Sniper rifle did pop up at the same time. Now's the time to not make any mistakes. We've seen them make a couple so far. They need to play this smart. They need to hit their shots.
And I'm really glad you pointed that out, because sometimes when you have a base swap like that, that's exactly what you want to do, is kills, take a player out, force him to spawn at the base, and keep your focus on him, because he's coming on spawn with no power weapons, and you can get a guaranteed 2v1. There's no spawn on some of these maps. You're not getting those random spawns. You're always going to be spawning at your own base here, and that's why you can see so much success. There's been a lot of unhappy players throughout the years, Tom, who get stuck in that situation.
Curious to see what happens with this custom power-up. Coming up the melee. Doesn't hit Gabriel right there.
Face and the frustration. That's a hard one to take. You heard the melee, but unfortunately does not work out.
That's a great GIF, by the way. Everyone that wants to clip that one, zoom in. Let's get a good picture-in-picture GIF right there. Flame Sword throwing up his hands. So here's the thing. Custom power-up did pop up right there at the 17 mark. Guess who grabs it? It's going to be Fantasy. Rockets popping up here in about 15 to 20 seconds as well. Here's the opportunity coming in from GMS to try to close this out. Roy says no, though, with the snipe onto Gabriel. Has to run away, but no, the reload coming in from Fantasy, and now the teamwork coming in from Flame Sword. Back off. Smart play if you're Fantasy. Reset here. Go on over towards the rockets, secure that, and then work with your teammate.
Yeah, take your advantages and run with them. If he starts running over there and gets shot by Roy and Flame, he's just going to waste that overshield, but now he should get a guaranteed at least 1 rocket kill, and he just found himself a sniper rifle. I don't even think he knew it was there. He's calling Gabriel to come back, get this weapon. I don't want to have the T2 combination right now. We want to divvy up what we've got. I'm going to be aggressive with these rockets as an OS.
And you can see a smart play from Fantasy to check his back right there. With the overshield, you do not want to get assassinated, making sure no one's over in these sneaky spots on over towards the light post. But your overshield's been ticking. You haven't done anything with it quite yet. Now is the time to push in. Smart play coming in from Fantasy. Spots out Roy, the rocket, gonna land on over towards the back. While the Mauler coming in from Flame Sword. It does not do enough damage to take out Fantasy. Double kill and control of OpTic Gaming's base.
And you can see as they come off spawn over towards the Mauler here, new snipers at 145, so they need to get some kind of control or they're going to be in a tough spot. Luckily, Roy is able to take both rockets with that kill, so I'd say it's worth it in this situation, but we are coming down to the wire. Sniper's going to spawn, and that overshield is very late. It will be the last one we see on the map. This is all tied up at the worst possible situation here for OpTic.
And keep in mind, this game is not going to 25. It's going to come down to the time limit right here. So 1:30 on the clock. Custom, it was picked up by GMS last time around that 15-second mark. So popping up here in the next 10 seconds, that's where this game is going to be decided. Roy, you can see has a sniper in the back pocket. Fantasy going for the scope off the wall, and he does not connect on it. You can see Gabriel gets cleaned up. It was burned though. Custom, oh no, Custom pops up. Oh my goodness.
That was the game. That literally could have been the game. He could have sealed it all, completely sealed it.
It's only one kill though, Kyle. Flamesword has to do something with this overshield. They cannot afford to trade kills here. They have to go 2 for 1 bare minimum. There's the first one.
Stay and kill Gabriel. Stay and kill him.
Just stay and kill Gabriel. You're going to have Fantasy also trying to put some shots on with the sniper rifle. You have him over towards the back wall right now. You can definitely put pressure on this guy if you're Roy. Maybe lift up if you're Flamesword. Either way, they're in great position here. 44 seconds left. If you're Roy, yes, exactly what you want to do. Back off, picks off Fantasy. Gabriel now, he has no weapons. He's stuck going against the overshield guy. This is exactly what you want to do if you're OpTic Gaming. You don't even have to challenge this. If you're Roy, you could totally bail on the fight, not give up any deaths, because keep in mind, if they pick up 2 right here, that's going to be 18 to 17. You do not want them to lose these fights, then come off spawn. Big kill from Roy.
And that's all he needed to do. Keep in mind, if you die in the enemy team's base, you're coming off spawn really far away, maybe spawning on your flag, maybe spawning in Mauler, but not in a position where they're going to pull out something ridiculous to close out the game.
And it's mathematically over right there, 19 to 16. The time gonna run out right here. Slow throughout the entire game, but entertaining nonetheless. OpTic Gaming, they're gonna reset the series.
Oh, you can see how hyped these guys are. And Flame, I guarantee you what he was talking a moment ago was when he's turning to Roy and telling him about this melee I had. You're not gonna believe it. And we're gonna go back and watch it after this series. Oh, but
he needs to bust out some more push-ups, man. Obviously, Flame, not strong enough, bro. Hit the gym, work on those buys and tries. Just kidding, man. Great series coming in from OpTic Gaming. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the way that Gabriel and Fantasy were able to play aggressive.
He's definitely talking about the melee.
He's like, what happened? What happened, man? What went on right there?
That game should not have been as close as he wanted it to be, but they still came out and